All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And of course, thanks for subscribing. Speak of the devil. We've got the latest version of FSD 12.4.2, which is what I presumed we were going to have in the last video. I thought we were going to go an iteration beyond that, but it looks like internal testing went well with employees, and now it's being released to the first wave customers. So we're going to take it out for a spin on our regression test path, followed by an additional drive after that. But test path is just intended to show us exactly what the minor nuances and differences are from build to build, how it does the same things over and over again or differs in certain scenarios. And then we'll go on a more expansive drive right after that. Okay, so 12.4.2, no major release notes. It doesn't seem like anything is any different, but based on what Elon is saying is some enhancements to the vision-based attention monitoring system. And as a bird actually lands on our windshield here, which is kind of interesting. Hope it's good luck. Don't poop. Don't poop. But basically, it's some enhancements there, but also some improvements to the overall experience. Elon posted a tweet. I'll post it up right here, where he basically was talking about some of the challenges they were facing with training and being able to train to follow the rules versus train for smoothness in driving, so on and so forth. So we're going to see how that impacts this particular version. And obviously we talked ad nauseum about what we would like to see in this build in terms of fixing the auto offset and so on and so forth. Indecisive lane changes, all that good stuff. Let's see if they've actually made some adjustments there. I'll pull up the cameras this time early and we'll force the route that we need to force. And then I'll activate once I make this turn. Activate now. Just make sure I got the right route. There we go. And we're off. Coming up on turn one. Does this pretty consistently. Comes to a full stop at the limit line to the chagrin of the person behind me. All clear to the left, it can go. And it goes. Right off the bat, I'm noticing smoother acceleration on takeoff, so that's really good. Harkens back to the 12.3 builds, so really smooth acceleration. Let's hope the braking is maybe improved as well. That was an issue. Auto offset seems to be decent right now, 1 mile an hour over the limit. No cars around, and typically when cars are around, that's when it's impacted. Coming up on turn two, a little bit of a FedEx truck in the way. Slows down nicely, good mile an hour. A little tight, but good. Very good. That was good. The approach seemed a little bit tight, but the actual turn wasn't, so that was good. Good distance from the curb. Winding roads here. Turn signal on. Oh, wow, look at that, look at that. Good distance from the curb, finally. Good distance from the curb. I can say that all around about 12.4. It's been really good with the curbs. Keeping a good distance away. Good job slowing down, controlling. Nice maneuver here. Good one here, and great distance, great distance. I don't want to be concerned about it hitting the rim or hitting debris. I actually got a nail in the tire. I didn't film it, but I got a nail in the tire while driving an FSD, probably because it went into the debris. So definitely not a good thing. Full stop, unprotected left here. Moves up to the creep limit. All clear all around. Go, 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 go. Car coming to the left. Good job getting out there and going. Good job. So far, so good. The only note here, the major note I'm noticing is just the smoothness of the acceleration, which has been really good. Auto offset seems to be okay. Again, 25 going up to 31, 30. That's okay if it sees the cars are going that speed. If not, if it's on its own, at least just default to the limit. But don't go under unless conditions specify that you should go under the limit and drive slower. people around, other cars are driving slow, or whatever other conditions it notices. Lots of shadows being cast, but so far no abrupt phantom braking, which is also great. Again, very simple, very basic drive. It's not intended to be complex. It's just intended to show the differences, the nuances between builds. Can it do the same thing over and over again, the exact same way, or very close to the exact same way? Obviously, minus any obvious conditions, pedestrians, obstacles, etc. Bus coming in, bus goes wide, slows down nicely for the bus to make its maneuver. Braking seems to be still more friction than I would like. Don't follow him. Okay. Little bit of hesitation there, but not as bad as it typically would be in terms of indecisive lane changes, and did not go straight through. Last time we tried that build with 11.4.1, it actually went through the turn lane, so that wasn't great. So I thought about it for a minute and then committed. Okay, staging on the left. I'm okay with this maneuver. Stay closer to this middle line, which is what it should be doing. Great job here. Pothole avoidance is not here. Okay, 30 miles an hour. We're going 24. Car in front of us is speeding away. Probably should speed up a little bit more here. This road is really bad now. Used to be so smooth. Railroad crossing coming. Goes over nice and smooth. And we have a red light, of which we can make the right on red. Stages the final turn here. Final turn, can turn on red. Will it decide to do that? I'm not sure. I can't see behind this van here. I know the car can't either. Creeping up to potentially make this turn. Cars are coming to the left. Okay, so it's waiting till the light turns. I'm happy for that. It can turn on red, but it decides not to. I'm okay with that safer course of action. Turns good, good radius, good speed, good mile an hour. Perfect. Just gonna make this last turn. Extra credit here. I'll take it, nice and smooth. And it gets ready to pull over at our destination. All right, good job. Excellent drive, excellent first drive for 12. I'm not gonna say 11 anymore, 12.4.2. Excellent job. That was super, super comfortable and confidence inspiring for its first drive, minus the little hitch. I got to ding it for the little hitch where it kind of was a little bit indecisive, or seeming like it wanted to regress with the indecisive lane behavior. So for the first regression test path, I'm going to give it, in terms of comfort, I'm going to give it a 9. In terms of confidence, I'm also going to give it a 9. Decision making, 9, and safety, 9. 9 across the board. When it can do that test path without any hesitation, any delay whatsoever, it can get 10s. But right now, that's as good as it gets. It's never done better than straight 9s, and this is on par with that. So really, really good first drive. 9s across the board. Really confidence inspiring. Looking forward to taking on the next one. So now we're going to go right from here to the next drive and see what that's like. All right, so we'll engage from the shoulder here, which is something that we couldn't do before because it was kind of hard getting out the gates. That's what we're going to look for in this next pass as we go through this one, and we'll engage. Okay, right from the shoulder it actually goes. I don't have to push the accelerator anymore, so that's great. So huge success on our regression test path. Let's see what happens now. We're going to make a little bit of a Costco run. Not looking forward to anything fancy in the parking lots. May disengage for that, but just to get there, let's see what happens. See if we can get there in a timely manner. Safe and sound, but also super comfortable. So very confidence-inspiring first pass. Let's see what this one does. Always stop, yielding the right of way accordingly. Comes to the limit, makes its turn. Great job. Super smooth. Super smooth. I'm liking this. This is giving me my mojo back for FSD. The 12.3.6 smoothness comboed with the 12.4 wow factor of hands-free. Nice. Slow, cautious turn. I'm okay with it. Not the nicest, but I'm okay with that. So better to be safe than sorry. Meaning that people would typically drive that without turning on the turn signal first and foremost, and also drive a little bit faster to get around that turn. It wasn't that sharp. But again, I'm totally okay with it being methodical, taking its time, just not doing the wrong things. Attention monitoring seems to be good. I can still look to the left and right at the horizon, if you will, level, or the dashboard level, road level. Looking down beyond that's going to cause me some problems, I'm sure. Very nice acceleration. I can't say that enough. Much smoother than before. Good slow down for these cars. Parked in a weird way. Thinks that they're, see that? It's good decision making. It thought that they were in line for the road. It sees that they were parked, kind of thought about it, had to analyze the situation, and then made a commit. As long as it makes the commit, I'm good. But it can't go back and forth. Oh, do I want to get in line? Do I not want to get in line? Are these cars parked? Are they not parked? That's what we don't want to see. Judging by the speed in which they released this to employees and then to first waivers, this might be the one that goes wider. I don't want to jinx it, but that was pretty quick from the time that they got it at like 9 o'clock last night, and then we got it at like, 3 a.m. Eastern. That was pretty quick. Again, good speed, just over the limit. Then it speeds up because the car behind us is starting to speed up on us. So that's what happened. 34 to 25, 33 coming down. Again, just trying to go with the flow of traffic. That's the intent. Now it has to make a left here. Stages the lane nicely. Doesn't waffle back and forth. Great job. Great job. I don't want to rule it out and say it's done. It's gone completely. But so far, it's done a great job. Good job controlling for this turn with this van parked oddly. Very nice. Very smooth. Okay, so we have a golf course coming up where we have golf cart crossings, which requires some speed limit intervention or enforcement. I think it's going to blow past that just because of how the auto offset works, and it doesn't read the digital signs. So it's going to flag us for being, 33 into 25. And I think that's something they can work on to refine over time. But it is going to flag us. I don't know if it can react to that, but we'll see. I don't know. Good job lane centering too. It's not biasing like it did before to the left or right. It's like right dead center, which is great. And if it biases towards a double yellow, I'm okay with that, which is what it seems to be doing, which is great. There we get flagged. I apologize. It's the car, not me. But this is much, much improved, it seems. I guess this is one layer of polish that Elon was talking about in terms of polish on 12.4. Slowing down for the pedestrian nicely. Resumes once he clears the path. Slows down a little bit, but again, slows down to the limit. That's the key. Slowing down to the limit is the key. Here's our golf course signage here for the golf carts. Now it accelerates and speeds up. So it actually did kind of notice where we were and slow down a bit. That plus the fact that the guy was hot on our heels trying to make us go faster, I think worked to our advantage. But I'll try it again off camera to see if it actually adheres when no one's behind me. But it seemed like it slowed down for that particular area, maybe map data. I'm loving the centering. It was really uncomfortable leaning to the right or even the left sometimes. Sees the person opening their door, perceptive slowdown. Slows down nicely. Not as hard, but it's still more friction braking than I'm accustomed to based on 12.3. 12.3 did a good job of blending the braking from regen to friction. This one leaned heavily on friction and now is eased up a little bit on the friction. Could probably use a little bit more easing up of on the friction just to make it absolutely comfortable, but it's much improved over the previous build. Again, I was hoping that you guys wouldn't have to experience that when this goes wide, and hopefully this addresses that. Good job. Car with the hazards, trying to jump in, doesn't overreact. Good job there. .32 to 25, while the other cars are going well over 32. This is good. Again, the goal of auto offset is an option. You can turn it off, you can turn it on, but if you turn it off, it'll go to whatever limit you set. If you want it to just go the limit, it'll just go the limit. Now it needs to be in that right lane. Get there quickly and don't waver on me. Let's go. Let's go. Great work. Great work, team. But if you do turn it on, the intent of it is to be an offset from the speed limit, to go a little bit over as needed based on where you are and how the people in your area drive. I do need to check one thing on my phone. Let's see if I can check it. It's a little bit of an emergency. While we're at the stoplight, let's see if I can check it really quickly without it beating me up. Don't get me, car. Don't get me. Don't get me. All right, now we're moving. I'll try to put the phone down, but I just need to check something very important. Don't get me, car. Please. Okay, I'm good. Great job giving me some freedom. I don't want to speak too soon, but great job giving me some freedom. I don't mean to play up my phone when I'm driving. I just want to get at the stoplight, check something really quickly, and then back to my center of attention and focus. Ooh, look at that. Bad decision making by the humans. Great job reacting by the car and not overreacting, being able to get back up to speed quickly and not slamming on the brakes uncontrollably. So excellent work there. Now this says slow down, speed limit 25 miles an hour. I don't know that it can read that. Ooh. This is going to put us on a little bit of the highway run where wasn't good at merging when it needed to merge. It's a very high speed merge scenario that the car typically isn't good at. I would reroute it, but I'm going to let it go and see what it does. Here's where we're a little awkward here. It's 25 miles an hour. We're creeping at 7. I'm giving a little accelerator press to speed up and get to the line, but it's crawling right now towards this, so that's not the greatest, and I think I will flag that just in case. There we go. That was also a problem with 12.4.1, which is when it gets to a slow crawl. It starts to slow crawl and has a hard time getting back up to speed. Got our left turn here. Sees the car slowing down, tries to get in line, and so as to not block the intersection, but it is what it is. Good job inching forward towards this car to try to give as much leeway to the intersection as possible. Cars behind us. There's a car to the right of us, as you see here, trying to creep in, but it's staying more bumper to bumper in this scenario, which is great because it's trying to clear the intersection. That's a small, subtle nuance that not a lot of people will pick up on. Normally would not give that. It would give the person in front of us a lot more space when it stopped, but because it's in the intersection, it's trying to clear it as best it can, so it's kind of bumper to bumper. Assertive profile here means more frequent lane changes and a shorter follow distance in general, but this is a extra short distance. Now here's the creeping behavior I'm talking about, where we're at 25, trying to keep a good distance between the car in front of us, but because we're moving so slowly, it could probably keep a little shorter distance just to make it seem more natural, so the people behind us don't see this big gap and start being impatient. Maybe we should not have gone this way. Seems to be some construction happening here or something. Again, that slow crawl. See this 14, 20, and the 25. Cars are clearly ahead of us going, and it makes it look like we're trying to delay the person behind us from making the light. So still some work there. Every time it does that slow crawl, flag it. It's just a slow crawl that it really should just follow the car or keep a good distance in the car in front of us and not just do that slow crawl, especially when the car picks up more speed and more distance. I'm not saying go 25 or more, but should definitely try to keep up. All right, so with all the talk about the smooth acceleration, I'm really keeping my finger. Sorry, guys, ran out of space on the card there. I will resume from here when I get a chance to make the turn. I'll resume right from here. Same place, same merge that I'm nervous about, but I'll resume from here. Again, I started 15 miles an hour. It's still creeping. Now, this is where I'm super nervous about. I'm going to try to turn my head. I know the camera's going to get me, but I got to be extra cautious here because this is pretty high speed situation here. We're all clear to go. We can go. We can go. We can go. We can go. Semi-truck is coming. Give us some acceleration. Go. Get up. Get up. Get up. Semi-truck is moving lanes because we're not going fast enough. Whew. That's a nervous one. Kind of wanted to take a little bit too much caution on that one, meaning there was an ample opening, but it kind of wanted to stop and evaluate other things as well. I don't like that. I'll flag it. Would love for it to be extra assertive when it comes from that city streets to highway mode, just to make sure it can get in the gap, whatever gap it decides to shoot. So a little bit of accelerator press to get it going, but once it got going, it's up to speed, as you can see, doing its thing, going to a good speed. So that's great there, but just the initial transition from I'm on an on-ramp, I need to get up to speed quickly. There's a little bit to be desired there. All right, coming up on the exit. See what happens. It's a sharp turn, so it's got to slow down significantly here. Good job controlling. Good job. Look at that. Great job controlling here. It's done this before, so I'm just happy that it's consistent. Ooh, nice little maneuver here because that car was sticking out. We were coming around hot. Great job. Great job. This might be the one. Got the green turn light. Can go. Stage this lane. So far, so good. This is phenomenal. Again, that little highway transition from on-ramp to highway has some work to do, but other than that, this has been really, really solid and much improved. Refinement over 11.4.1. That's the key. Refinement. High curb here. Good job. Good job with the curb. Do not block the box. No one's going to let us go. Thought about going. No one's letting us go. Can someone let us go? And then it'll go. Maybe after this car, it'll go for it. It's going for it. Good job. All right. I'm going to take over here. That was okay. I'm going to take over here. That's the line for the gas station. We're not going to the gas. It's a route that the map is routing. I'm okay with that. I typically take over when I get to parking lots anyway, so I'm okay. All right, so that was it. Let me know what you thought in the comments about that drive. I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, my issue with the transition. So if I score this again now, in terms of comfort, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to drop it down to 8, 8.5, just because of that transition from highway, from city streets or on-ramp to highway. Wasn't the best. It was going a little too slow trying to shoot that gap. I wanted it to go a little faster. Other than that, it was phenomenal all around. It would have got a 9 if that wasn't the case. In terms of confidence, I'm also going to give it an 8.5 on that second part of the drive, just because of that same issue with that transition. Otherwise, it would have gotten a 9. Decision making, it wasn't the wrong decision. Didn't make any wrong decisions. So I'm going to give it a 9 there. And in terms of safety, I did feel safe, but obviously, that caused me to potentially lose 5 pounds because the semi truck was hot on my heels, or getting close to being hot on my heels. So 8.5 in terms of safety. So would have got a 9 all around again, but this might be the one, guys. This might be the build that goes wide, because that was pretty impressive. And again, the wow factor of not having to put your hands on the yoke it takes it to the next level. All right, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until the next time, enjoy your day, enjoy your Tesla.